Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. People are really upset with Piers Morgan given his recent interview with a specific British Muslim doctor where he just went on a rant against Islam and Muslims. In this video, I want to give you some sort of background into what is Piers Morgan actually doing. Because it's not by chance that he's inviting these Muslim influencers on his platform. We have to look at what happened. So Piers Morgan was fired. I think it was a year and something ago. He started his uncensored series on Talk TV. So far, since the Israel-Palestine war, Israel-Gaza genocide, Piers Morgan interviewed Loki, Mohammed Hijab. He interviewed even yesterday Abdullah Al-Andalusi. Then he interviewed this doctor. Then he spoke to Andrew Tate as well about this. So there's, let's say, 5 Muslim influencers. So let's just look at YouTube. Let's just look at Piers Morgan Uncensored, 2.25 million subscribers. His main subscribers came from the recent Israel-Palestine war. If we look at the article from pressgazette.co.uk, Piers Morgan Talk TV show hits 2 million subscribers, helped by Israel-Hamas war coverage. If we look at the number and the growth of subscribers, the News UK-owned channel said Morgan's interviews in the month to Friday, 3rd November, which is more than a month ago, had garnered nearly 100 million views. 100 million views. That's insane, right? And that's not even including the latest interviews. Coverage of the Israel-Hamas conflict has helped draw an additional 450,000 subscribers in just October. Let's look at Social Blade. This is a website that gives you like the growth of channel. By the way, there's a this is a spray against bears. You know I'm Slovak, right? All right, let's look at Piers Morgan. It says monthly gain video views for Piers Morgan, May 2022, 2 million views. Like I have million views on my channel combined, but still 5 million, 2 million, right? It's decent. Then January 2023, 25 million views, 11 million views, 15 million views, nice. And then look at July, 40 million views. 40 million views. September was really bad for him. He only had 14 million views. But let's look at October. 93 million views. And then 78 million views in November. So what he's actually projecting, comparing to last year, when in November he had 20 million views, in October 10 or 9, this is actually, what is it? It's 10 times more almost. From 9 to 90 million and from 20 to, let's say, 80 million. Same with the subscriber growth, like 420,000 in October, 270,000 in November. So combined, he gained 600,000 subscribers. Why are these numbers important? What are you saying, Jan? Why are you obsessed with this? Well, everyone has an agenda. It's usually about money. So at least you know that this is his major. Like this happened recently. Now, what are Piers Morgan most popular interviews? Number 1, Bassem Youssef, 21 million views. Number 2, Andrew Tate, which is from a year ago. Okay, then Bassem Youssef, round 2, 11 million views. Piers Morgan, Andrew Tate. Okay, let's keep this one. Mohammed Hijab. Then Piers Morgan on Palestine. These are top 8. In top 8 overall interviews that he did in his entire, let's say, show history, we have 4 about Israel and Palestine. Ben Shapiro, Israel-Palestine, 6. This was from the opposite perspective, the Zionists, but still. Then you have, again, Cristiano Ronaldo, Jordan Peterson, blah, blah, blah. And then, Palestinian ambassador. Then you have the debate between Mohammed Hijab and Rabbi. What is the goal of Piers Morgan? Every business has an agenda. Every business has a goal. I have a couple of companies myself. We all have projections and goals to hit. So we measure every month. Now, you have to look at it from a business perspective. What creates value? So the value of a TV show, how much do you pay for it? It's directly correlated to how many people watch it and how many people can stay watching the show, the retention, and then how much can you charge the advertisers, because that's how they make money. They make money from YouTube, like some nothing, but they make money from advertisers. And they can, reprogram the show on many platforms, Apple TV, Twitter, YouTube, whatever. But the advertisers in the breaks, this is the major source of income. Now, the advertisers is not going to give him the money if he doesn't see how many people watch the show. But if they can see these numbers, they're going to increase the number they pay to him. So what would be my strategy as Piers Morgan? My strategy would be, I see this Israel-Hamas thing is really popping off. Let me invite more controversial people. Let me invite more people to hate each other, or to do more for this topic that I'm gonna explore or exploit, I should say. And let's say I'm just gonna hammer it down every day. Another Israel-Palestine. I can just invite many people there. And each interview, I know it's gonna do millions of views, so my ad revenue is gonna go up, and I'm gonna pretend I'm unbiased, because his job is not to care about the truth. He's not a journalist. His job is to maximize ad revenue. You have to understand these guys. They have board meetings. I know I have company, and we say at the board meeting, what can we do to maximize revenue this month? How much leads can we generate? How much marketing can we do to generate leads, to generate sales, to generate revenue? What can we do better every month? And I'm just looking at, let's say, recently my company grew really fast. And I was just looking at, this is working. Let me just do more of that, maximize revenue. In a war, there is no unbiased. So now that we know that this is his agenda, let's look at the lines of questions he's using. Do you think if he would care about the truth, he wouldn't ask follow-up questions? Like, if you listen to the interviews with all the Palestinian people that are on the side, that are representing Palestinians, he never follows up. He always asks the same question. Do you condemn Hamas? 7th October atrocities. What should be the proportionate response? And then he repeats it and says the same thing. Then he says, he doesn't say anything about military strategy. He doesn't say anything about the current events. He doesn't say anything about like specific things in the conflict that's really going on the ground. He's always like, what should be the proportionate response? How should Israel react? Do you condemn Hamas? And do you condemn terrorism? Now, if you don't do those things, you're caught like the last doctor was, because he wasn't able to, he didn't want to play this game. And then he went and basically made an emotional argument, but he did it again for a reason. It wasn't emotional. He wasn't trying to, it wasn't by accident, because the next day, what did he do? He's trying, think about it, he's maximizing ad revenue. This conflict is dying out in the media. He wants to bring it back. He made an emotional argument. People hate him now. Next thing he does, he invites Douglas Murray on his show and Abdullah Andalusi and other people to debate again, to create conflict. And this was done. And Muslims are happy to participate because we have no other media that will cover us. We have nothing. The major media channels don't want to hear Palestinian perspective usually. So you have to go on this stupid Piers Morgan. But it comes with a price. Now, if you want to see the real agenda, look at Scott Downton, the EVP and the president of broadcasting for News UK. He said Piers Morgan Uncensored is reaching new audiences, blah, blah, blah. We are delighted that this new content has created so much interest and is driving our digital business forward, bringing in new audiences and new revenues. So Piers Morgan has brought in 500,000 new audience members. They will bring in new revenues because they watch his show that they can sell as ads. So it's all about that. And now I'm not even sure what his real agenda is, because now it seems like he's completely flipping on the Israeli side. Something else is going on. This is not his doing. And he is probably getting influenced from some party because they play into a larger narrative around him with other influencers like Douglas Murray. You have politicians who need, this is the biggest show. This is one of the biggest shows online. So they need him to play this role, to pretend he gives voice to the Palestinians, but secretly, it's all, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. And so I am not surprised he's Islamophobic. I'm not surprised at all on these things. I understand Muslims have to go on this show because this is the platform that's reaching millions of people. But know that you're not talking to an unbiased person. He has an agenda, and his agenda is quite evil. It's even worse because you don't even know if he's your enemy, and actually he is. Like the other people, you know they are enemies. These are Zionists. And this guy, he's like hidden. So basically, I just wanted to give you the background of the business perspective I have. And that surely plays a role. The money is always Everything is about the money usually, and then there's ideology behind it. But the primary goal is the money. So maximizing revenue. How do you maximize revenue for a TV show? Maximize ad revenue. How do you maximize ad revenue? Bring more eyeballs and subscribers to your show. How do you do that? Create more conflict, more interest, more hot topic coverage, and be emotional about it. It's not like a really political show where you have like one side gives an argument, the other side gives an argument, there's a moderator. This is not what it is. I don't know. Should Muslims go on this show? Think about it. Like, do we go on David Wood? Do we go on these platforms where the intention is evil? So why would you even go there? I don't know. It's up to you guys. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Should Muslims go on Piers Morgan? Even though we know he is biased and he will try to smear us. I don't know. But Islamophobia is growing. But the thing is, Islam is growing as well. Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. See you in the next video, inshallah.